Hey guys. All right, let's talk about mindset, nutrition, and habits. All right. So, definitely nutrition is I don't want to say it's a strong point for me, but it is something I struggle with. And so, because of that, because it's my greatest weakness, I also feel like it's one of my strengths because when people struggle with nutrition, when they struggle with getting on track, when they struggle with correcting their habits, I can relate because I've been there. I'm a work in progress. I'm constantly trying to improve that side of me. But with that being said, I wouldn't call myself a super health freak because because I don't eat organic. I don't eat gluten-free. Like all these, I eat like a normal human in my opinion, in my world. I eat meat, I eat eggs, I eat like dairy, all these things. Like I just don't feel like giving up my life to have the results, to have the healthy body, to have the healthy lifestyle that I want to have. I believe 1,000% in balance, moderation, and a lifestyle. But with that being said, I've been doing this health journey, this focus in on nutrition, this really trying to figure out the balance for over 3 years. And I have learned that sometimes we do have to go a little extreme in order to really jumpstart the kicking of those bad habits. So for example, when I got started in my first challenge group, my first meal plan, my first set with the containers, I made my 21-day meal plan. I had every container accounted for. I had everything planned out, and I did not stray from those 21 days once. No alcohol, no milk, no extra bread, like nothing. I stuck to it to a T. And I truly believe because I did that, because I let all the excuses go, I started on Memorial Day, so I was right in the midst of summer, because I just threw all my issues and my struggles and my disbelief out the window, I truly believe that that's what set the groundwork for me to continue this journey. And I will I'm not going to tell you that it's been a beautiful, glorious ride since then, because it's literally been like this with my nutrition, because I nailed it, and then I was trying to figure out balance, and then I was pregnant, and then I was postpartum, and then I was pregnant, and then I was so I've been through the ringer of trying to figure all this out and trying to get a grip and a handle on my emotions and the habits that was formed when I was younger, trying to correct them now, and then also just like that balance. And so many times when new people sign up, when they get started, they're super excited, they're pumped about the workouts, they're excited about the group and the accountability, but almost every single one says, I'm nervous for the nutrition. I'm scared for the nutrition. I don't they just already, before they even start, have this mindset that they're going to struggle, that they're going to hate it, that it's going to suck, that they're going to feel deprived, that they aren't going to do it. And you know what? Half the time they don't, because they already have that mindset. So what I want you to do is remember this. Tell yourself this over and over and over and over. My example is sweets. I have an issue with sweets. I have an issue with chocolate. I have an issue with candy. That is one of my downfalls, all right? And that's because growing up, that was always the reward. Do something right, that's your reward. Finish your dinner, then you get dessert. Clear your plate, then you get dessert. So I still like 25, 6, 7 years later, am still fighting that. When I get done eating, I'm like, all right, what's for dessert? What can I have that's sweet? I'm still fighting that. That urge to have something sweet after a meal did not just happen when I turned 16 or when I turned 20 or when I moved out of my parents' house. That didn't just happen then. That was years of this habit installation in my brain. So don't think for 1 second that whatever that bad habit you have, Diet Coke, overeating, no veggies, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you struggle with the most, that you know is holding you back so hard from all your results, it's not going to change overnight. It's not going to change in 3 weeks. It's not going to change by Christmas. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time. And I still struggle with that sweets and that chocolate. But I've learned that that's my gateway. As soon as I think that I can have one small cookie, it turns into I go back 5 times and have 5 more cookies, right? Especially if I'm in a emotional mind state or a not positive mind state, okay? So whatever that is for you, lacking water, not whatever it is, carbs, whatever. It did not just happen in January, that habit that you can't break right now. It did not just happen overnight. So you cannot expect it to change overnight. You cannot be a week in or 3 weeks in or 50 workouts in and be like, wow, I'm still struggling. I still suck at nutrition. Like, I can't meal plan. Have you always meal planned? This is something new. It's going to take you time to figure out. But you know what's going to slow you down even more? If you keep every week, every day, every month, every 10 workouts, telling yourself, I can't do this. I can't do this. It's so hard. You see that saying, like, why would you slash all 3 of your tires if one goes flat? There's another one I heard the other day. It was really good, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Why? Why would, just because you have 1 can of Diet Coke, why do you completely suck and you're never going to lose the weight and you're doomed. It's hopeless. Right? We have to squash that mindset right now from the start. Whether you're 50 workouts in, whether you're just starting, we have to get rid of that because that is going to derail your efforts, your results, it's not even about weight loss. It's just about feeling better. It's about, so many of you want to be the example for your kids. You just want to feel better. You want to have more energy. You want to just look at yourself and not hate what you see. I've been there. That was me. I'm still fighting that every single day. I don't ever want to feel the way I felt 4 years ago, right? And I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not trying to make other women feel bad. I did not like what I saw. And so I'm still figuring out that balance because I love pizza. I love Diet Coke. Like, I have my own things that that I struggle with, but it's a balance. And I refuse to give up pizza. I refuse to give up, I'm trying to give up candy and sweets because that's my gateway, that's my trigger. But we don't want to give those things up, but sometimes for a short amount of time, we do. Because if it controls you, that's not a good thing, right? We don't want the thought of diet and like needing Diet Coke to control you. And that's where, like, sometimes when I'm in a negative state or I'm struggling emotionally, which we've had a lot of emotional triggers these 4 years, sweets, candy, chocolate, that feeling, sugar is my trigger. It's my gateway. It allows me to lose control of my eating, of my decisions. It makes me feel like crap. It makes me lay on the couch and not want to do anything. It makes me angrier at my kid, like all those things, because I don't feel good about myself when I indulge in those triggers. And so I take it out on my kids. I lay on the couch. I'm lazy, like all those things. So what I want you to do is, I read about this in July. And I heard this guy, I think it's James Clear. I can't remember exactly. James Clear. I heard him speak at our annual summit event, and he was talking about habits, and Atomic Habits was the book. And it was so, so good. So if you're looking for a good recommendation, just on life and habits, like that one is really, really good. But he was talking about how tracking a habit, good or bad, is huge. And honestly, since July, I've been tracking almost everything that I want to improve or decrease. And it's been huge. So one of the things that I've been super duper successful at is getting up without pushing snooze. So I always write down 5, but my alarm goes off at 4:45 and my phone is on the other side of my room and I don't hit snooze. I get up, grab my phone, go downstairs. I don't hit snooze. I don't lay in bed and scroll social media. I don't go back to bed. No matter how flippin' tired I am, I get up and go. And I have done that for, I think I've missed 3 days since July 29th. So however many days that is. 3 days. And 2 of them have been by choice. 1 has just been because I had a bad mindset and just wanted to go back to sleep. 3 out of at least over 60 days, okay? So that's one habit that I feel like I've mastered. But they say it takes 66 days for you to really feel like you're in control of that habit, in control of that, whatever it is you're trying to improve or trying to get rid of. So I did that for sweets. I did that for chocolate. I did that for like knowing I should eat something in that realm that I should not eat. Okay? Did awesome for like 10 days. And then I had a slip up. And then I tried to get back on track, and then I had a slip up. But I didn't quit. I kept tracking it, and I tried to not let more than 2 open boxes go by. I did not let 2 days of eating sweets or chocolate happen. That third day, I was like, dang it, I'm gonna cross off that box. I'm not gonna miss it, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to think of a food, a habit, something you're doing right now that you know is not even about weight loss, not even about that's not helping your lifestyle. What is something that you are doing every day that's your trigger, that is causing you to not live your best life, to not live your best self, to not be in your best health, mental, emotional, physical? What is it? And for me, I thought there's a ton of things I could have done, but I got this from my sister because I'm always like, there's 3 things. I'm going to give up 3 things. I'm going to do this. And she goes, I can't do that. If I do that, I go crazy. She's like, I can give up one at a time and really focus on one and then slowly add in the other 2. I'm like, yep, you're right. Because that's sometimes what we do when we get started on a journey like this is we think we have to cut out all the bad things we're doing. But remember, that didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to change overnight. So if we can focus on one and really drive all your attention on that one thing and improve that and make it a good habit, that you're avoiding it or you're getting more of it or whatever it is, then we can move on. And you're going to want to move on. If you feel right now like, oh my God, I have to give up my chocolate and my beer. And like, if you already have that mindset that you have to give up all these things, you're gonna fail because you're gonna hold a grudge or not regret, but you're gonna hold a grudge that you have to give up these things that have become a part of your identity or something that you really enjoy. But if we can give up one and remind yourself that it's not doing you any good. Chocolate, sweets, they don't do me any good. Sugar does not do me any good. So if I can remind myself of that every time I want to do it, and then I can cross off an X at the end of the day when I did it, that's such a good feeling. And as soon as I have that mastered, then I'll tack on another one, right? So I want you to think of chips. Maybe it's chips. Maybe it's like in the afternoon, like you just have that caffeine kick and you have a Diet Coke. Okay, or you have 2 or 3 throughout the day. Let's try to decrease that. Or what is something, maybe it's breakfast. Maybe you struggle with breakfast so bad. So maybe we start slow and you just have a piece of toast and you mark that off. Every morning you have something to eat. You get that figured out, okay? All right. Truly believe that changing your mindset about your nutrition, about getting started, is going to make all the difference, because I, hands down, don't want you to ever feel deprived, like you're on a diet, like you can't have this, you can't have that. It's a lifestyle and it's a balance, but I will say at some point you are going to have to tighten the reins and be strict with yourself to regain control. It's not that it's that way forever, but just to regain control of your life, of your habits, of your feelings and emotions towards food, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If you're the opposite and you feel this way about workouts, remind yourself it's only 30 minutes, okay? Make the time to get that in. But I do feel for the majority of us, we struggle with nutrition more so. And I think it all comes down to your mindset, and it all comes down to, if you can't handle the crap, don't buy the crap. And if you say, well, my kids, like, if you shouldn't eat it, your kids probably shouldn't eat it either. But I totally get it. When I'm going through a detox phase where I'm cutting it out, I just don't buy it for nobody. And they just have to deal with it until I have the control regained, okay? All right, I hope this helps. Share any questions below, comments. I'd love to hear if this helped. And then also, what is the thing you're going to focus on cutting out, getting rid of, or increasing, whatever it might be, for the next 66 days. And then we can hold each other accountable, keep track of it, and feel good when you cross off those X's.